bear with us as we hop around the various elements that make up our Crackdown world.
Cool, thanks Peter. Okay, so I'm Jim.
And bear with me hovering around the place as well.
Get out of the way.
You do not hover. It's the last thing you're capable of doing.
Shot jets!
Hey.
I just get the game loading. Well, Steve, you just start off on the context of the story and things like that.
Yeah, in the first game, basically it's your actions as an agent. You unwittingly released a virus in Pacific City. 10 years has passed since that time and an awful lot has happened. Basically the city descended into turmoil. The virus spread around the world, around Pacific City. It infected the population. It wasn't a nice time. Through that, various things happened. The population kind of turned against the agency, and the extremity of that was the formation of a vigilante stroke terrorist group, the Cell. The Cell basically was the only people offering protection for the civilian populace, and they were the only people that, well, they actually took the battle to the agency and sabotaged the agent program. However, agency responded by pulling the resources together and creating, restarting the agency program, and that's where we come in to Crackdown at this point, Crackdown 2.
So one of the things that we're trying to do with Crackdown 2 is we want to create more of a contrast between kind of the different times of day in order to reflect the different types of gameplay we can offer. In the daytime, Crackdown 2, it's a bit of a sparse place, Pacific City. The civilian populace is struggling to survive. The daytime mode is about the populace trying to gather resources in order to survive the night, because the night is when the freaks come out, and the freaks basically run total riot over the city. So here we have like a couple of quick examples to show off new bits and pieces of population and new vehicles and everything. They're just little set pieces, but the idea here is that, you know, the civilian populace and the Cell organisation, they're kind of taking anything they can. They're taking, like, you know, trash can lids and any bits of steel and things that they can take to armour plate cars, starting to build up a kind of, like, you know, a civilian army of vehicles and weapons. So there's some vehicle traders, and we've got some new cars in here which are nicely armour plated up and, you know, kind of urban style looking. We've got a couple of, there's a nice new truck over here, which again, it's all been shoddily armoured up, but it's effective, it works, and there's a nice, great big new gun turret on the top of it, which you know, is something that we'll be introducing as a thing for people to play with. So that's the kind of daytime kind of ambience, if you like. We'll briefly go on to the nighttime style of game at the moment in a few minutes, but I just want to quickly talk a little bit about kind of improvements were made in terms of look and feel and general rendering and graphics. We're really proud of Crackdown because it was so vibrant and it always stood out. Everyone knew what Crackdown was as soon as they saw any kind of image of it. So we obviously wanted to add to that. You know, we wanted to take it and evolve it. So we looked at the environment. We wanted to create an environment with much more depth. It looks much more solid, but still retaining that level of vibrancy. You know, it still looks like a Crackdown image, and it's still got that lovely, rich palette, and it's still got incredible draw distance. We're really proud of the fact that we've taken what was already a great draw distance, and we've just taken it even further. You know, we've got the whole of the Hope Springs Island here, which is almost all visible. We've got some new things in the distance. We've got a little sort of circle around. We've got the whole extremity of everything visible in the world, which again, you know, it just looks solid and placed. And this is only probably about 60–70% done. We've still got a lot of vegetation passes and destruction things to do like that. So
Skyboxes,
absolutely, loads of placement to do. You know,
absolutely, lots of effects. There's a lot of work still to go into the world, but however, I think at this point you can see from the lodge structure that we'll have, we've really tried to kind of improve on all the areas that we kind of excelled in the first game.
So here we have like an early evening dusk kind of look to the city, and as we said, you know, time of day is really important to the gameplay mechanics now, and you know, we're really pleased with the way it's looking. So yeah. We're just going to drop the agent down over here, and we'll talk a little bit about him.
It's
Of the-
also the 3D platformer.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a massive change to the world. We'll have grounded it in Pacific City again. However, I was to throw a percentage at it, we're looking at least 70% change of the structure. And we've increased the verticality of the game if you want to turn into the docks here, Jim.
Yeah.
Obviously the addition of cranes that you can see across the distance. The docks has been entirely remodelled. We're basically remodelling everything. We're just trying to offer a brand new game experience. When you go in there, it will feel familiar, but at the same time it'll be scarily new. And there's going to be the inclusion of, as I say, more verticality. However, just as much as we're going up, we will be going down as well. I'll just leave it at that.
Just leave it at TGS.
Yes.
So that's why we introduced the freaks as well. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the level progression of the agent here, and we'll get him up to maximum level 5. And I'm going to hand over to Steve to talk a little bit about him and how we introduce some of the new combat and new weapons and everything as well.
One thing we really wanted to try and do, I mean, the level 5 agent was the daddy in the first game, and we really want to focus on him as being a weapon. He's not so much an automaton, but he is a weapon. He's a weapon system in his own right.